Hey guys, welcome back. It is PTCGL time. If you were here yesterday for the video, you've seen the changes, but if not, just in case you haven't, I took out the 4 Ultra Balls and going with 4 Adventurers Discovery instead. Seems to be working pretty well. Pops off when it shows up. Definitely some great setup because everything we're running V Pokemon. So yeah, getting 3 Vs, pretty much everything, even after we're set up. This is great for just pulling the Pokemon out of your deck and putting them in your hand so that your Flareon can hit big dick damage. So let's get into some games. Alright, game number 1. We're gonna, fingers crossed, no Palkias, no Reggies, no Miltanks. I feel like we're gonna have to change our deck up a little bit because we're gonna end up running into all of that crap sooner or later, and probably a million times over. We're going heads. See that Mawile? Oh yeah? Alright, we got it. We're gonna go first, mostly because I think a lot of other decks really want to go first. This is an instance where it was probably better to go second, but not the end of the world. We get the Adventurers Discovery. We got a capture. We got a double turbo. We might have to. Hopefully we don't get Marnied. An extremely good hand. We got the Oranguru. Okay. Alright. So I think we're gonna capture energy. We're gonna get a little bit greedy. Capture energy is going to allow us to get the Flareon VMAX next turn, as long as we don't get Marnied, or as long as we still have some juice in our hand. But as it looks here, next turn we are absolutely dumping with the double turbo, so we can Arceus VSTAR. Use that ability. Super effective glasses. Uh-oh. Okay, we got the Jolteon. Oh, is it Jolteon V to counter Palkia with the super effective glasses so it can one-shot the Palkias? That's pretty cool. I didn't think of using that. It's too bad bench doesn't have weakness, because then your Jolteon would be hitting the Palkias on the bench and the Palkias in the active for extra dams. Okay, alright. We got the Mew in the active here. We're getting an item card from the Mew. I know some people in the Discord were talking about Mew being played now, the Celebrations one. But I have not seen it until this point. That being said, we only play so many games per week here. Preferably 6, as long as I'm not losing every game ever in existence. Man, that hollow foil pattern on that energy is all kinds of wonky. But that's PTCG Live for you. We got the Oranguru in the active. Okay. It's gonna suck here. Our Arceus VSTAR is not gonna knock out the Oranguru, but we're gonna get set up. That's the important part here. And if the Arceus VSTAR goes down, not the end of the world. We're going to double turbo energy. We are going to Flareon VMAX. We are going to Adventurers Discovery, and we want a Flareon, Arceus, and I guess a Flareon VMAX would be good. So we put the Flareon on the bench. The Arceus VSTAR, maybe we hold that ability because we don't really need it. Okay. We're going to Trinity Nova. Nice. We're going to Fire Energy, and we're going to put 1 on this boy here. We're most definitely going to have an energy to attach to this other Flareon, so it's nice to start getting the other one set up just in case this gets pulled into the active. then we have a good chance. Well, I guess if we can use the V-Star ability, we can get a double turbo and attack with this guy regardless of whether he gets dragged out into the active with the boss's orders. So we're in good shape. Speed energy on the Jolteon V. Okay. I don't think there's any way that we lose to this deck, but you never know. All right, we got Marnie, so it's a good thing that we held on to our V-Starage, our Starbirth. All right, we got the Adventurous Discovery, so we can get a Flareon V. I mean, at this point, we can use Starbirth and Adventurous Discovery to make sure that our entire deck is fire energies. If it's still the Oranguru, then we just, I think, Arceus VSTAR attack again. At this point, we can manually attach, and I think we're fine. So we might just back off with the Arceus VSTAR. We get the Starbirth, so we can always get a double turbo energy if we need one. This is like one of those rare occasions where Starbirth doesn't really matter. We don't really need it, which is pretty wild to think. All right, we have Feather Ball. This is Jolteon VMAX. I have no retreat. No retreat cost. All right. Does he have a method for doing damage to my bench? Putting the Mew back on the board. No, I guess maybe they just don't. They haven't received the cards that they need. All right, so Adventurous Discovery, and we're gonna pull all kinds of Pokemon out of our deck. We're not gonna use them, but we do want them out of the deck so that we can do more damage. And here, I think we just put the Lucky Energy on them. We only have to do 300, so putting the single strike energy doesn't really do anything. We're gonna max detonate. Nice. 500 damage. See you later, Jolteon VMAX. Jolteon VMAX just doesn't stand a chance. Even the older renditions of it. Like Radiant Hawlucha, we're not even going to bother running that in our deck because I think the majority of decks at this point are V-Stars and not V-Maxes. We don't really have a problem doing damage, so that's it. Game 1, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. At the end of the video here, again, we'll collect our spoils, if you want to call them that, and see what we got. Hopefully some packs, probably a little bit more exciting than watching some of this like currency or whatever go to the top of the screen. Right, game number 2. Still not running into Palkias. Maybe I shouldn't be saying anything. Knock on wood. We're okay with the Samurai. I think Darkrai is probably a pretty even matchup. Might even be in favor of Darkrai. It just kind of depends if they get set up really well right away and we don't. Like we're in bad shape if it can start knocking out our Flareons before we get them set up and doing damage. It's kind of a weird spot too because like your V-Stars only give 2 prizes, but the V-Maxes give 3. But if if Darkrai is doing enough damage to take out your Flareon V-Maxes, you're in for a bad time. Those are not good trades. All right, we go a whole lot of 0 basic Pokemon in our hand. Let's see them. 1 mulligan. All right, that's pretty sweet. Sweet doo-doo daddy. Let's go Arceus first. We're gonna have our whole board set up with basics. Those are the 3 that we want. Now we need a Marnie, or even better would be that Adventure. So we can evolve these bad boys. We could evolve all 3, actually, which would be pretty badass. By doing so, we could get the double turbo. Alright, we got a Flareon VMAX anyway. We are going to attach one. Sucks that we didn't have a double turbo there. We could have powered up a Flareon. Hopefully this... We're hitting it for double damage with the Flareons. But it's a scary deck, especially with the crappy... Not really crappy start, but it's a less than optimal start here that we're dealing with. Although we'll see what we get with these 4 cards. Okay, never mind. I take it back. Adventurer's Discovery. Our Discovery Mama is gonna save the day. We're doing just fine. Alright, we got a Flareon V we do not want. We're gonna get the Arceus VSTAR. We're gonna get 2 Flareon VMAXs. And then we're gonna evolve these bad boys. And we're not going to attach because we want to Starbirth. We want a Starbirth and we want to get... Let's get another Adventurer's Discovery and a double turbo. And we're cruising. So we just got the Adventurer's Discovery for next turn. We can pull more Pokemon out of our deck so that our Flareon hits like a truck. Alright, we'll do 180. Alright, now. We're gonna put one on the second Flareon just in case it gets bossed out. Then we're not sitting there with a dead Mon. It might have been even a good idea to get a second double turbo. If we get Marnied, it doesn't really matter anyway, but... Take another turn after this one. We do not want to get Star Chronosed. That would be bad. We got a dead Arceus. That's okay. 280 on the Dialga VSTAR, so we don't need the single strike energy. We can put it on there anyway for fun, but we don't need it. Alright, let's do this. We are going to use this, even though we don't need any Mons. We are just taking them out. We're taking them out of the deck, making our deck more likely to one-shot these Dialgas. I mean, this one here is already, you know, if we don't knock this out, we get 0 energies in our hand. I don't know what to tell you guys. We did 1,000 damage, easy peasy. See ya in Dialga hell. So now we manually attach to our Flareon on the bench. Our Arceus did his job. He went down, but it's alright. Metal Saucer, alright. Gonna be a little bit concerned because we can get Star Chronosed here if he somehow has the ability to get enough energies on that Dialga VSTAR. Could have went single strike energies just for extra damage fun points. Alright, so we're going to power up this boy here. Let's put single strike energy on him for fun. And then next turn, even if we get bossed out, we're okay. Or if he somehow Star Chronoses and kills our one Flareon. The double damage is a little bit OP and on our side, but I have lost to, I think the first time I played it against the Dialga deck, I lost to it. It can definitely happen. We got the victory. We are victorious. Easy squeezy. Definitely one of those matchups that's in our favor. I mean, anytime you're hitting for double damage, it's a pretty good time. Although I don't think we really need to with a Pokemon with 280 HP. Typically, we're gonna get 3 energies on the flop. All right, game number 3. Let's see if we can go for 3 for 3 here. It'd be nice, a nice little change of pace. The last few weeks have been not as stellar as Flareon used to be. A lot less decks that are playing like monstrous VMAXs that you want a one-shot, which is kind of Flareon's specialty. Not to mention the Palkias. The Palkias that are out there. We ran into those Malamars before. My god, that was single prize decks. Not in our favor. So, fingers crossed, no Reggie deck. Our matchmaking might be broken. Last time I just hit cancel. I hit cancel and play again, and it found one right away. I don't know if that resolved the issue or it was just coincidence. But yeah, maybe I'll cut it here, and I'll be right back when we. Never mind, we got one. We got an opponent. We got yeah CV or yee CV. We get the Sword and Shield starter coin. How that was that from one of the lunch boxes? All right, we're going first. No basic Pokemon. One mulligan, not bad. Not the greatest hand here. What's our opponent playing? Something evolution based? Oh no, it's the Blissey. Probably has the Meltank, and we're probably pretty effed in the B. I don't know what we add that makes sense so that we can just knock out the Fog Crystal? What? We're playing Shadow Rider Blissey? What the hell? Is that a thing? Powerful energy on the Blissey. Very cute. We need an Adventurer's Discovery, I think, or a Marnie on this draw would be nice. 60 damage. Ouch. Flareon VMAX is also pretty cool. We could put 2 single strike energies on here and be able to hit a little bit better. Let's see what happens. Our hand is pretty dead here. Luckily we got that Flareon VMAX though, so now at least next turn we can hopefully knock out the Blissey or the Shadow Rider, whichever's in the active. So nice thing that we have that the single strike energy on there to do the extra damage, whether we're hitting Blissey or we're hitting the Calyrex. Well, with Blissey with the 2 single strike energies is gonna, we only need 2 energies to pop them. All right, we got the Articuno that is attaching energies. Can you show me the Articuno, please, game? Okay. Alright. We got 150 damage on our Flareon. We definitely need to get something here. This is not great. Alright. But it's okay. As long as you can't do 170 damage. No, there's other Adventurer's Discoveries that we definitely want and need. 2 of them. Another Arceus VSTAR. That is not helping us. Yeah, the Adventurer's Discovery would have been nice to pull from prizes or from the top deck. But we might be still okay. This is a little troublesome. We only got the 170. He only does 120 with the Articuno. Another Blissey, okay. Is the Blissey gonna be able to knock us out? We got 2 energies in the discard pile. We need to get our bench set up here. We're in trouble. Especially like last turn, if we had something set up here, it could be evolved the next turn. And also we want to be putting energies onto it because this, the odds of this Flareon lasting the rest of the game, pretty slim to none. It's already chunked pretty bad. What? Maybe they're AFK. What the flip? Okay, we're gonna put a heat energy on them because it'll make them a little tankier. Hopefully we can survive. Oh my god, there's a third adventurer's discovery. That feels bad. Alright, we just need to knock out the Shadow Rider here. We got a Flareon at least. We can start setting that up. We can put the fire energy on first and then we can double turbo, or we could double turbo first, might be a better idea. A little safer option. I think they're AFK or something's broken. Maybe. Or maybe they just don't have anything that they can do or play. Maybe? Question mark? I'm gonna max detonate. We probably should have put a fire energy on there. Oh my goodness, we did 240. Why was I thinking I was gonna do I forgot it was 20 damage and not 30 for the single strike energy. We need a third one on there. Alright, we're potioning the crap out of Blissey. That's fine. Boss's orders, alright. That's okay. We can retreat the Flareon now that we have the double turbo on it, which is kind of nice. And then we can put an energy onto it if we need to. Put a heat energy on this bad boy. This is the most awkward. I think we both have a little bit of an awkward scenario with our cards in hand and set up. Capture energy and a lucky energy. Okay, we can capture energy and get the Arceus down and then kind of work from there, I guess. We don't really need it, but at the end of the day, if the Arceus gets knocked out, it's not a big deal. Unless we lose the Flareon V somehow. Training core, alright. Yeah, she is probably not getting the cards that she needs. We have no Arceus. That sucks. Alright, not the end of the world. Training court. Might as well get an energy out of the discard pile. And we are slamming. We're 3-0 today. So this was a terrible game on their part and on my part, just in terms of what we had and what we had rolling on the bench. I was a little bit concerned there that we had the Miltank deck, which would have been pretty much an auto concede as long as they play it correctly, and because we just don't have an answer to something that can't be affected by Vs. Alright, we're real close to leveling up there. We got tier 6, whatever the hell that means. We're going to collect. Alright, and we're going to collect all here. Nice, we got a couple packs. So we'll open those up here. See if we get something really cool. Not that it really matters, we have a lot of dust. 2 Astral Radiance, or maybe it's 2 packs. Sudowoodo, Combi, Silene, Cleavor, and a Regirock. 2 Regirocks. We're building the Regi deck just by pulling the cards. Cherubi. You can tell that I have a lot more Brilliant Stars. 3 copies of Reverse Corphish. Nice. That's it. That's all. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here for the 3-0. It was bound to happen. We're back on it. I think the Adventurer's Discovery is a great discovery and a great addition to the deck. It just makes it a whole lot more consistent. I mean, there's times where you just don't get one, and it sucks, but when you do get it early on, you can set up your whole board. It's ridiculous. Thanks for tuning in. Join the Discord. See you next time. Let me know down below what you're playing, what you're doing, how you're dealing with all the Miltanks and the Reggies and the Palkias. We didn't see any today, but I'm sure they'll pop up eventually. Bye.